some brightly, make you feel some type of way.
And so as you saw, we were walking up to Snow White today, and let's go ahead and see what we're going to do. So I recently decided to keep her for a little bit longer to save up money, to get things ready for, well, to save up money so that I can eventually get a 5th gen, because this isn't 2-wheel drive, so I didn't want to throw more money at making it 4-wheel drive. So, and I really like the 5th gens. I really love the 3rd gen too, but the 5th gen is really something I've been wanting to get for a while. So let's jump into what we're doing today, as you can see by the title. So, we are replacing these. As you can see, it is very dirty. The side bolstering is starting to fall apart a little. Not really bad, but then you know, we get down here. We got a rip. This side bolstering right here is real bad. Sorry for this bad lighting. And then this gigantic rip. And then this, like I said, this rip. Then we got all this really fading and starting to fall apart. And this rip right here. So we are replacing it with this stuff that I ordered off of eBay. It is real authentic leather, and it's supposed to match the factory color. Or it's supposed to be the factory color. So we'll see. And it also has extra padding sewn into it. So let's get these out. And I'll compare them to the passenger seat, mainly because the driver's seat is not in the best condition to compare to. Box out of the way, and let's go over to the other side. It's pollen season right now, so the car is mad dirty. Oh yeah. It's hard to tell on picture because this bottom seat is a little bit more darker. I mean, not darker, but it's more stained. But like, that is really, really good as far as color matching. This obviously is going to look a little different because it's newer. You know, it's new leather. But it looks really good as far as like color. The color. It's hard to pick up. It's hard to tell on camera, but like on camera, this looks lighter, but in person, it doesn't. I don't know why the camera's picking it up so differently. But yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get the driver's seat out. I do have the limited, so I have the power seats. It looks to be just 14 bolts. You got the 2 in the front, obviously, and then the 2 in the back that hold it in, and then there's a plug for the power controls for the power seat. So I'm gonna go ahead and go get my tools real quick so I can take the seat out, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, different scenery now. Got the seat out. Like I said, it was just those 4 14mm bolts on each corner and a plug that literally plugs in. Where's the plug at? It's right here. It's like right underneath the front. So there's a plug that plugs in from the car to here that controls the motors and everything. So now that I got it out and the seat is in, I'm actually in my patio. There's a Phillips head screw here to take off this cover. So you just take that out and pull it out. Take it out and then kind of move it out and slide it forward. Over here we got 2 Phillips heads in these holes right here. Take those out. I'm gonna go ahead and take those out real quick, and then I'll show you what it looks like with those out. Alright guys, I got both sides off. That exposed these 2 bolts on each side. They're 2 14mm. You can easily tell them by the color of them. They're like, it's almost like brass looking color. But the reason I'm going to take those off on each side is to take the top part of the seat off so that I can get to the fastening of the leather underneath. So like I said, you got a 14 here, and then same on the other side. which is these two right here. Clearly I was not completely right. It does look like there is a bar that's running through the middle down here, but I think if I undo, that allows me to push this seat all the way back. And I think it allows me to undo this clip, because there's a whole clip that kind of just bites into each other. And if I can get that undone, I'm pretty sure I can get this out. I ended up getting it unsnapped, but as you can see, that's what I'm talking about. This long black piece right here clips into this other long black piece right here. So those clip together and they clip around this bar. So you got to make sure that when you get it all back together that you're clipping it around this bar. Also, if you, like I said, if you have the power seats with the lumbar support, you're gonna have two sensors in here. One's down, well, you're gonna have, I'm guessing this goes to a sensor, but I'm not quite sure. Or this might be part of the lumbar thing to like maybe blow it up or something. I'm not quite sure on that. But there's a plug right here that you gotta undo. There's two plugs, one that goes to the actual switch, one goes to, I'm guessing, the lumbar support. I think it's a balloon in there, I'm not quite sure. But we're gonna go ahead and start pulling the skin off, and then let's get to it. Let's work your way around, and it does have exactly what I thought it does. So in the middle here of the seat, if we can get to it. Alright, I want to show you this. Right down here, there's a rod that goes through, and through this rod there are these little, well, pretty much staples that have been twisted into a circle to hold this rod in place in the middle of this cushion. Now, the new seat cover has the same thing. Here it is right here. That's my metal, that's my rod, and that's gonna go hook in just like this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go get my needle nose pliers, undo these staples and open them up so that I can get this rod out, and then we can go about pulling this the rest of the way off. So I'm gonna go get that, I'll be right back. Alright, now let's go ahead and get this the rest of the way off now that I got those staples out. Let's pull up, and you're just gonna pull it out from around the headrest things. Alright, so now that that's on there, now comes time to start pulling this over and get it attached. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just turn this inside out just to make it easier. Again, like I said, that's that attachment. So we'll go ahead and start getting this on. Alright, so we're at that point where we're gonna go ahead and get those, get these things back in. I'm just gonna go ahead and stab them through right now. Now that I got those kind of hooked, I'm gonna go ahead and get them clamped down the rest of the way so they don't come undone. And this is that you know, like I said, that clip that will clip together, but I'm going to do that after I get the bottom done, and then I'll be able to put this back on. But I will have to cut the hole out for that switch, which will go right here, and then you got to cut not a big hole, but you got to find where your thing is, cut a small hole, or you can even cut like a tiny square, kind of push this around those the headrest spots. So we'll do that as the finishing stuff once I get the cushion down on the bottom done. So this is for now done. Alright guys, now to start with the bottom cushion, we're going to go ahead and unbolt it from the seat framing. It's pretty simple. You got two 12mm bolts on each side. One's right here, kind of hiding underneath the leather. The other one is back here through this little peephole right here. Sorry, all this grime and stuff on the seats. You got two on each side. Just take them off, and the bottom cushion will come out. Alright guys, seat is out. It was just two clips that were taped to this thing right here. So I just kind of cut the tape and left the clip in there. Same for down here. And then, but as you can see why I'm replacing it. That looks like straight garbage. I'm actually surprised to see the factory seat cover actually have foam sewn into it like this. They did a really good job at matching it with the new seat cover. And here's the bottom one. As you can see, it is going to look way better with the new leather. This one's old, dirty, and discolored. This is what it should have been looking like from factory. Same kind of process with the top seat, but the rear seat's a little bit easier. It's just a bunch of these, like those things I had taken off before. Just grab two pair of like needle nose pliers, and you kind of open them up and they'll let go of the frame. Alright, last one guys. So I'm going to start at this end because it seems like it would be the easiest to get off of here. So we'll go here, and it is just like I thought it would be. So we do have those 12 on the bottom, but we also have more going along on the inside. So what we're going to do here is kind of pull up one edge, and these are not accessible through the bottom. As you can see, you can't access that through the bottom. So what we got to do is get to them through here. So looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, yep, 4. So 4 on each side. 4 on each side. So I'm going to go ahead and get these done off camera, and then I'll be right back because they're going to be a pain in the butt and they're going to take me a while. So, alright guys, so I got the 4 on each side done, and unfortunately there is 2 more here in the middle that kind of hold the middle of the seat leather down. So I'm going to go ahead and get these out, and then this leather is ready to come out. Alright guys, monumentous occasion. It's off. This old leather seat shit is trash. Now comes the fun part of getting the new seat cover attached back to the foam. I'm going to go ahead and tell you how I'm going to put this back on, just to make it in the reverse order that I took it off. So I took off each side first. So I took off each side from this first so that I could easily fold this part up from the front or the back, doesn't matter. But I chose the front so that I could get this part right here attached inside. And that's where I'm going to start with first. I'm going to start with this middle piece. Then I'm going to work on the ends and then pull the leather over the foam. So, yeah, it's as easy. Well, it's not easy, but the tricky part is getting it through here and then getting it hooked back on that bar. Because these bars, all they're doing, they're held in the foam. So you don't want to yank up on them because you'll rip them out of the foam. So you got to be careful because you don't want to destroy your seat foam. Excuse me. You don't want to destroy your seat foam because that's what you sit on. That's your seat foam. That's what gives you the cushion. Alright guys, now here comes the part of reassembly and cutting out the little spots to attach everything. Well, not really attach everything, but you know, for the switches and stuff. As you can see, I already got the lower part attached. It is on. It is looking great. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut the slices into the top of this for the headrest things, and also cut the hole in the side for the switch for the what is that thing called? For the switch for the lumbar support. So I'm gonna go ahead and get those done, and then I'll be right back. Alright guys, so the seat is back in the truck, and I must say it looks freaking awesome. Let's go ahead and just take a look at it. Looks so good. so much better. I am so happy with how this turned out. And I did fix a few other things while the seat was out. So this bolt, the nut for down here had just completely ripped out. And so I welded in a new one. I did that off camera, and then fixed the switches, the switch, all the mounting points for it to mount to the actual seat railing system were broken off. So I kind of like used my soldering pencil and used it as like a plastic welder and just melted them back together. Seems pretty strong, a lot stronger than the hot glue. So with that said, I'm so happy with how these things turned out, and until next time guys, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Peace out and never look back.